If you walked out of the smashing machine thinking every hit looked painfully real, that was entirely intentional. Director Benny Safdie wanted Mark Kerr's story to feel as raw and unforgiving as the early days of mixed martial arts, and he pushed everyone involved to recreate the brutal reality of 1990s fighting as closely as possible. With the original 2002 documentary as reference, Safdie built a world where every slam, punch, and knee carried weight. The result is a film that feels less like a Hollywood reenactment and more like stepping straight into a vintage cage fight. Safdie's personal experience in boxing drove his passion to keep the combat authentic, even if the real fights often stretched past 20 minutes. Condensing the chaos while preserving its intensity became his mission. And to achieve that, he enlisted real fighters like MMA champion Ryan Bader, who plays Mark Coleman. For Bader, acting was easy. Fake fighting, however, took getting used to. He worked with stunt coordinators to throw punches that looked vicious without landing full force. Still, some hits were real, especially on the ground. One punch even left a stuntman with a swollen cauliflower ear. To sell the violence, Safdie made an unusual decision: keep cameras outside the ring. Instead of inserting viewers into the action like most boxing films, the cinematography mimics the feeling of watching from the crowd or through a TV screen. Cinematographer Maceo Bishop positioned long-lens cameras around the ropes, letting the fights feel chaotic and unpredictable. Extras were even instructed to block the camera's view at times to enhance realism. Sound played a major role too. Fingerless MMA gloves created harsh, skin-on-skin impacts that were intensified with hours of recorded punches. Prosthetic genius Kazu Hiro designed a lifelike silicone replica of Dwayne Johnson's upper body, perfect for knee-to-head shots that both looked and sounded disturbingly real. Microphones hidden under mats and inside posts captured every thud, crash, and whispered instruction. The sound team avoided exaggerated Hollywood punches, opting instead for gritty authenticity mixed with a rising layer of jazz-like percussion that builds tension during critical moments. Even with all the realistic elements, some adjustments were necessary. Newly crowned heavyweight boxing champion Oleksandr Usyk joined the cast as Igor Vovchanchyn, but his tight boxing form didn't translate well to ground-and-pound sequences. Safdie nervously demonstrated the wider, looping strikes needed for MMA, and Usyk mastered the technique within a few takes. Through dedication, creativity, and a deep respect for the sport, the smashing machine delivers fight scenes that hit with real impact and leave audiences feeling every blow.